Have you ever wondered why some men become deeply attached to certain women while remaining indifferent to others? What is it that creates an emotional bond so strong that a man finds it nearly impossible to let go? The answer isn't just about attraction or physical chemistry. It goes far beyond that. True attachment is built on emotional connection, energy, and the impact a woman leaves on a man's life. Bob Proctor, one of the most influential voices on personal growth and human behavior, often emphasized that what we focus on expands. This principle applies not only to success and wealth, but also to relationships. When a man becomes emotionally invested in a woman, it's often because she has left an imprint on his subconscious mind, one that keeps growing even after she's gone. A key factor in male attachment is how a woman makes him feel about himself. A man may meet countless women, but the ones who truly leave a mark are those who bring out his best self. If a woman makes him feel respected, valued, and emotionally secure, he will naturally gravitate toward her and feel an unexplainable bond. This connection is not about manipulation or control, it's about the emotional imprint that she leaves behind. Another powerful element is emotional challenge and depth. Men don't become attached to women who are predictable or overly available. They attach to those who keep them intrigued, who stimulate their minds, and who make them feel something deeper than surface-level attraction. When a woman has a strong sense of self and doesn't rely on a man to define her worth, she becomes someone he can't ignore. The mystery of independence is another key ingredient. Men tend to value women who have their own ambitions, dreams, and passions. When a woman has a fulfilling life beyond the relationship, she radiates confidence and self-worth. This creates an irresistible pull because she is not chasing attachment. She is simply living in her power, and that is what truly captivates a man. One of the biggest reasons why men get attached is the impact of absence. Many times men don't realize what they have until it's gone. When a woman gracefully steps away without begging, without resentment, and without trying to convince him of her worth, she triggers something deep within him. He starts to reevaluate the relationship, wondering if he made a mistake. This is because the human brain is wired to seek what it has lost, especially when that loss was not chaotic, but dignified. Another profound factor is shared emotional experiences. A woman who has been there during a man's struggles, who has supported his growth, and who has helped him see himself in a new light, will always remain a part of his story. People don't forget those who played a significant role in their transformation. This is why relationships that are built on meaningful conversations, mutual respect, and emotional intimacy create unbreakable bonds. Men also form strong attachments to women who set boundaries and demand respect. Contrary to popular belief, men do not cherish what comes easily. They respect and admire what challenges them in a healthy way. A woman who knows her worth and does not tolerate mistreatment will always stand out. This is because she is not afraid to walk away if she isn't being valued, and that alone makes her unforgettable. The power of nostalgia also plays a major role. As time passes, a man may look back and romanticize the best parts of a relationship while minimizing the difficulties. This selective memory keeps a woman's presence alive in his mind. Even if the relationship ended, the emotions she stirred within him remain deeply embedded in his subconscious, creating a lasting sense of longing. Ultimately, men get attached not to women who chase them, but to those who elevate them. When a woman knows her value, maintains her independence, and creates a genuine emotional bond, she becomes someone a man can't replace. As Bob Proctor often said, the energy you put out is the energy you attract. A woman who radiates confidence and self-respect will always attract men who feel a deep, undeniable attachment to her presence. The psychology behind male attachment is complex, but one thing remains clear. Men do not attach to women who are overly available or easy to predict. They become emotionally invested in those who leave an imprint, women who challenge them, inspire them, and make them feel something deeper than just surface-level attraction. When a woman understands this dynamic, she naturally becomes someone unforgettable. One of the most powerful reasons men get attached is the emotional depth of the relationship. Many relationships remain shallow, centered around routine conversations and temporary attraction. But when a woman provides a man with emotional security while still maintaining an element of mystery, she creates a unique space in his life. She becomes someone he can be vulnerable with while still feeling the thrill of pursuing her. Another key factor is the balance of affection and distance. Men are wired to seek challenges and value what they have to work for. When a woman gives him consistent affection but also maintains her independence, it triggers a psychological response in him. He begins to value the connection more deeply. This is why women who set boundaries and have lives of their own naturally draw men in rather than push them away. Bob Proctor often spoke about the law of attraction and how energy influences relationships. When a woman is confident in herself, she emits a vibration of abundance and self-worth, making her presence addictive. A woman who exudes confidence and high standards doesn't need to convince a man of her worth. He simply feels it in the way she carries herself, the way she speaks, and the way she sets expectations. One of the most underestimated aspects of attachment is how a woman handles conflict. Many men are used to drama, passive aggressiveness, or emotional outbursts. But when they encounter a woman who communicates with maturity, who walks away from unnecessary arguments, and who refuses to lower her standards, it leaves an impression. They start to realize that she is not like the others. She is a woman of value, and that is rare. Another powerful force in male attachment is the impact of time and distance. Many men do not immediately realize what they had until they see the absence of it in their lives. When a woman removes herself from his world with grace, without bitterness, without desperation, it forces him to confront the reality of what he lost. This is because the human brain amplifies what is missing rather than what is present. A woman's ability to inspire also plays a crucial role. Men become attached to women who make them want to be better, who introduce them to new perspectives, and who encourage their personal growth. If she was the one who made him see himself in a different light, helped him overcome insecurities, or supported his ambitions, her presence is imprinted in his subconscious. Every future success he achieves may remind him of her influence. Another key component of attachment is shared memories and unique experiences. When a relationship is filled with meaningful moments, whether deep conversations, laughter, or personal breakthroughs, it leaves a lasting emotional impact. Men do not forget women who were integrated into their journey because those memories become a part of their identity. The emotional contrast effect is also a reason why men struggle to forget certain women. If a woman brought an energy of warmth, positivity, and encouragement into his life, any future relationship that lacks these qualities will make him miss her even more. He begins to compare new experiences to what he once had, and if nothing quite matches up, his attachment to her only grows stronger. In the end, men don't get attached because of looks, status, or fleeting moments of excitement. They become attached to women who made them feel something real. As Bob Proctor often said, everything in life is energy. What you put out, you get back. A woman who carries herself with confidence, who knows her worth, and who leaves behind a legacy of depth and meaning will always be the one that a man finds impossible to forget. One of the biggest misconceptions about male attachment is that it's purely based on physical attraction. But the truth is, men don't get emotionally attached to just any woman. They get attached to the ones who leave a lasting impact. And what defines that impact isn't just beauty or chemistry, but the deeper emotional and psychological connection that a woman creates. A major factor in attachment is the sense of loss and scarcity. Bob Proctor often spoke about how people only start appreciating something when they realize it's no longer easily available. When a woman walks away with dignity, without begging or chasing, she triggers something powerful in a man's subconscious. He begins to see her value in a way he never did before. The absence of her presence makes him reflect, and reflection leads to attachment. Another crucial reason men get attached is the emotional safety a woman provided. A lot of men struggle to express vulnerability, and when they find a woman who allows them to be open without judgment, they feel something rare, comfort and acceptance. If a woman creates a space where he can share his fears, dreams and insecurities, her presence becomes deeply ingrained in his emotional world. One of the strongest forces in attachment is respect and challenge. A woman who respects herself and challenges a man to grow without trying to change him becomes irreplaceable. Men may enjoy temporary excitement with women who require no effort, but they attach to the ones who inspire them to be better. If she encouraged him, pushed him toward his goals, or helped him see his potential, her influence will stay with him long after she's gone. Bob Proctor always emphasized the law of vibration, which states that people are naturally drawn to frequencies that resonate with their inner world. If a woman radiates confidence, intelligence and self-respect, her energy remains in a man's mind. Even if he moves on, he may find himself comparing other women to her because her energy was unique, and energy doesn't fade easily. A key element of attachment is nostalgia and selective memory. The human brain is wired to romanticize the past. Over time, a man tends to forget the small arguments, the misunderstandings, or the challenges in the relationship, and instead remembers how she made him feel. This selective memory strengthens his emotional bond with her, making it harder to let go. Another powerful psychological trigger is the realization of true value. Sometimes, a man only recognizes a woman's worth after experiencing what life is like without her. Maybe he thought the connection wasn't that special at the time, but after meeting others who lacked the same depth, he starts to understand that what they had was rare. This realization makes the attachment even stronger. The way a woman carries herself post-breakup can also determine whether a man remains emotionally invested. If she disappears without bitterness, continues to grow, and radiates happiness, he begins to question whether he made the right decision. This isn't just about regret, it's about seeing that she never needed him to thrive. This independent energy makes her even more captivating. Shared experiences and personal milestones also leave a deep mark. A woman who was part of key moments in a man's life, whether supporting his dreams, helping him through hard times, or celebrating his victories, becomes more than just a memory. She becomes a symbol of transformation, and transformation is something people don't forget. Ultimately, men attach not to women who chase them, but to those who elevate them. As Bob Proctor said, "You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are." A woman who carries herself with grace, sets high standards, and offers a connection that stimulates both the heart and the mind will always be the one he can't forget. One of the most fascinating aspects of male attachment is that it often intensifies after a woman is no longer present. This isn't a coincidence, it's a direct result of psychology, energy, and the emotional imprint she left behind. While men may seem unaffected at first, time and reflection reveal the depth of the connection, making it nearly impossible for them to move on completely. A significant reason behind this is the concept of emotional contrast. Bob Proctor often spoke about the law of polarity, which explains that we only truly understand something once we've experienced its opposite. When a man moves on to a new relationship and realizes that it lacks the depth, passion, or emotional security he once had, the woman he lost becomes even more valuable in his mind. What was once taken for granted is now seen as irreplaceable. Another powerful factor is the way she handled the breakup. Men don't attach to women who beg, plead, or try to convince them to stay. They attach to the ones who walk away with grace, self-respect, and confidence. When a woman removes herself without bitterness, without drama, and focuses on her growth, she leaves an open loop in his subconscious, a question that lingers: did I make a mistake? This psychological loop is intensified by the power of curiosity. If a man sees that a woman has completely moved on, is glowing with happiness and isn't looking back, his mind will naturally begin to wonder about her. What is she doing? Is she seeing someone else? Is she happier without him? Curiosity is a strong emotional hook that keeps her presence alive in his thoughts, even if he doesn't realize it. Another reason why certain women are impossible to forget is the level of respect they commanded in the relationship. Men may enjoy easy connections in the short term, but they become deeply attached to women who set standards, who had expectations, and who refused to settle for less. If a woman taught a man valuable lessons about relationships, self-worth, or even life itself, her memory becomes a guiding force in his future interactions. The emotional security she provided is another major reason men hold on to certain women. Many men grow up in environments where emotional expression is discouraged, making it difficult for them to be vulnerable. When they finally find a woman who makes them feel understood, accepted, and safe to be themselves, they form an attachment that doesn't fade easily. Even if they lose her, that sense of comfort remains unmatched. Bob Proctor always emphasized the importance of energy and vibration in relationships. He believed that we attract and stay connected to people who match our energy frequency. If a woman brought positivity, light, and high vibrations into a man's life, her energy doesn't just disappear when she leaves, it lingers, influencing him in ways he may not fully understand. This is why some men feel a pull toward a past relationship, even when they don't logically want to return. Another key component of male attachment is shared experiences and emotional bonding. A relationship isn't just about the time spent together, it's about the moments that shaped a person's life. A woman who was there during his biggest challenges, deepest fears, or greatest successes becomes embedded in his story. Even if he moves on, those memories remain intertwined with his identity. Men also get attached to women who remained mysterious and emotionally independent. When a woman has her own passions, ambitions, and a strong sense of self, she never gives off the energy of needing a man to complete her. This kind of woman is rare, and rarity creates value. If a man realizes he let go of someone truly unique, that realization will stay with him indefinitely. Ultimately, the women men never forget are the ones who knew their worth. As Bob Proctor famously said, "You must become the person you wish to attract." A woman who radiates confidence, sets high standards, and creates meaningful emotional connections will always be the one that lingers in a man's mind long after she's gone. The truth about male attachment is that it doesn't happen instantly. It builds over time, often when a man least expects it. Many men only realize how much a woman meant to them when she is no longer in their life. But what exactly makes certain women unforgettable? What is it about them that leaves such a deep imprint on a man's mind? One of the biggest reasons is the emotional stability she brought into his life. A woman who created a sense of peace and security is not easily replaced. In a world full of distractions and uncertainty, a man will always remember the one person who made him feel truly understood, safe, and valued. This emotional connection doesn't fade, it only grows stronger with time. Another powerful reason is the way she balanced love and independence. Many women make the mistake of centering their world around a man, thinking that this will make him stay. But in reality, men get deeply attached to women who have their own passions, dreams, and goals. Bob Proctor often spoke about the law of detachment, which teaches that we attract more when we don't cling to something out of fear of losing it. A woman who loves without suffocating, who gives without losing herself, becomes someone a man can't forget. Men also attach to women who challenge them emotionally and mentally. If she made him think in new ways, if she encouraged him to grow, or if she helped him break free from limiting beliefs, then she became a pivotal part of his personal evolution. A woman who pushes a man to be the best version of himself leaves an impact far greater than just physical attraction. Another reason for deep attachment is the unique emotional experience she provided. Many relationships are built on routine and habit, but the ones that stay in a man's heart are those filled with depth, adventure, and genuine emotional expression. If a woman was able to make him feel things he never felt before, that emotional high becomes a memory he chases, often without even realizing it. Bob Proctor always emphasized the power of self-image and self-respect. A woman who knows her worth and carries herself with confidence naturally commands a different level of attention and admiration. Men may not consciously recognize this at first, but over time they start to realize that women who respect themselves attract more respect from others. If a man was with a woman who held high standards and never settled for less, he will eventually compare every other woman to that standard. Another major factor is how she handled distance and separation. Women who remain graceful, who don't beg or plead, and who move forward with quiet confidence create an emotional vacuum in a man's mind. He expects her to react emotionally, to try and keep him in her life, but when she doesn't, it forces him to confront the reality of her absence. That void is what keeps her in his thoughts. Men also attach to women who left a mark on their personal identity. If she was part of his journey to success, if she helped him discover his purpose, or if she influenced his growth, then she becomes more than just a past relationship. She becomes a foundational part of who he is today. The deeper this influence, the stronger the attachment. Another reason a man struggles to forget a woman is because he never got closure. When a relationship ends in a way that leaves unanswered questions, the mind naturally seeks resolution. If she exited his life without unnecessary drama, without trying to explain herself, she remains an open question in his subconscious, and unfinished stories are the hardest to let go of. Ultimately, men attach to the women who made them feel alive, inspired, and valued, not to the ones who were always available or who sacrificed their own happiness for them. Bob Proctor's wisdom reminds us that we attract what we are. A woman who values herself will naturally create an energy of value around her, and that energy is impossible to forget. At the core of male attachment lies one undeniable truth. Men don't forget women who made them feel something profound. It's not about appearances, status, or temporary attraction. It's about the emotional impact she left behind, the way she carried herself, and the energy she brought into his life. Bob Proctor often spoke about the power of energy and vibration, the idea that the way we present ourselves shapes the way others perceive us. A woman who radiates self-respect, confidence, and purpose will always leave a lasting impression. Even if a man doesn't immediately realize what he had, he will eventually feel the absence of her energy. And that absence can be more powerful than her presence ever was. The reality is that women who know their worth create an attachment that time cannot erase. It's not about manipulation, games, or making a man chase. It's about being so secure in who you are that your presence alone becomes unforgettable. A woman who doesn't need validation, who moves with grace, and who embraces her independence naturally becomes the type of woman men struggle to replace. So the question is, are you becoming that kind of woman? Are you setting the standards high, respecting yourself, and creating a presence that commands admiration? Or are you dimming your own light, waiting for someone else to see your worth before you recognize it yourself? Because the truth is, the moment you realize your own value, everyone else will too. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced a situation where someone didn't realize your worth until after you were gone? Or have you found yourself struggling to move on from someone who left a deep impression on you? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your story might inspire someone who needs to hear it. And if this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another powerful discussion like this. Here, we focus on self-growth, self-respect, and building relationships that are truly fulfilling. Thank you for being here, for investing in yourself, and for continuing to evolve. I'll see you in the next video.